blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry, one artist at a time.
Hello, peoples. Happy Tuesday. It is September 2nd. September. We are already in September. Like, I know I've said this before, but I promise you, I feel like I just put up the Christmas tree. Okay. Now, my caption says health and more, and that's not what the subject is today. And I need to get with VP because normally I can put the title in myself and it don't let me do it anymore. But today's topic is manifestation ain't magic. Okay, it's not magic. So it's not health and more. But we are in September already. I hope everybody's year has gone great thus far. I hope that your weekend was well. Some of you may have had a long weekend due to the holiday. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a long weekend myself. Now, see, back in the day, you couldn't top me with partying. You know what I'm saying? And this past weekend was my husband's motorcycle club's 24th anniversary. And I don't know who I thought I was. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we hung out Friday we hung out Tuesday. Okay. I really don't hang out during the week anymore. But I hung out Tuesday for Two-Wheel Tuesday. And we were out until I left about maybe 11:30, 12. Okay. Because I always got the drive from Afghanistan to get anywhere. Just a location where we live and where everything typically is. So that was Tuesday. And then of course, Friday was the meet and greet. We were there and we left there and we went to another place, Allegory. And then we left there and went to one of the Bike Brothers establishments, Smoke Chemistry. And we were there till 3. We didn't get home. We didn't get home till 3. That was Friday. And then of course, Saturday night was the main event. And once again, we didn't get in till 3 something. And then, of course, we celebrated our 6-year anniversary on Sunday because Mr. was leaving on yesterday to go back to work. So, yeah, weekend was whew. And I slept my little tail off all night. And yeah, that's just what it was. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. And like I say again, if you missed last week's show, it was with special guest Felicia Starks. We talked about health and what that title said before BP changed it. Thank you. That was a very great show. If you want to watch it again, the link is on my Sayless show Facebook page. You can go watch that whole show, but she gave us some golden nuggets. And I can say, what is this? 2 weeks later, that my one procedure is noticeable. Okay. Along with my new eating habits and my working out. So if you missed that, go catch it. Again, the link is on the Sayless Show Facebook page, and also the Say Less podcast with the Miko YouTube channel. So, of course, we're going to start the show off today with my motivational quote for the day, the week, for life. You know, I try to give quotes and motivational things to you guys that you can just carry. You know what I'm saying? On a daily basis, like really for real. So it's kind of based around the topic today. And the topic is, once again, manifestation ain't magic, it's faith and work. Okay. And the quote is, faith is the bridge between where you are and where you're meant to be. And I'm going to say that again. Faith is the bridge between where you are and where you're meant to be. Nobody can get us where we're meant to be but us. Okay. We are the ones that have to take accountability for our own lives, despite the circumstances, despite your past and what you've been through. We are the rulers of ourselves. And we just can't allow anything outside of us to control our destiny. Okay. So that's the quote. And then we're going to dive into it. Now I'm kind of all over the place because I'm not going to lie. Today, like I didn't rest yesterday because I had a listing. I had to go do some things, put the sign in the yard, do all of that. And today I've been on the computer since 6 o'clock this morning, getting flyers and stuff ready. And I ain't going to lie. I ain't got my stuff together. I got it right here, but it's all disorganized. So we just gonna flow. Y'all know how I do. My people that watch my show on a regular, you know how I do. But we gonna talk about it, okay? So before we get into manifestation, we're gonna go with my beverage of choice this evening, and I got something new. I haven't even told my people on Facebook land that I have a new something for them to go try out. But I am drinking the new Jack Daniel's Blackberry, Tennessee Blackberry. Okay. This is new, just hit the shelves last week here in Texas. But yep, this is new. So this is my choice for this evening. Poured me a little small portion because I am at home and I don't typically drink unless it's wine at home, because when you drink at home by yourself, what do they say that is? No, I guess it's when you get drunk at home by yourself, they call you an alcoholic, huh? I don't know, but I'm not. So I took that and I mixed it with, this is new, I think, but this is the Great Value Wally World's brand, but it is the, let me see if you can see this, the Honey Harvest Peach Apple Cider. Let me see if I turn my light off. Y'all can see it better. Honey Harvest Peach Apple Cider. This stuff right here, you gotta shake it up because I think that'd be the honey. But this right here, it's good. So I put a little smidget of this in the drink, and that's what it concocted. So cheers. All right, so manifestation ain't magic, it's work plus faith. So I guess we'll get into the definitions of manifestation. Manifestation is something that is not easy when you're trying to do it on a consistent basis. I can honestly say it took me forever, and I'm still a work in progress. Don't get it twisted. But it took me forever to grasp it, to understand it. I think that is what deters people from truly manifesting, because it's kind of like you don't really know where to start, or what to do or how to do. It's not a tricky thing, but it's kind of, you gotta have a plan of how to start and to keep it going. And speaking of manifestation, because I know that some of y'all probably like, what? Well, y'all know anybody that know my story know I'm from California, diehard Dodger fan, but of course my football team is the New Orleans Saints. Diehard for over 25 something years. I've been a Saints fan. So, it is what it is. So because the subject was manifestation today, I went ahead and wore my Bush. Look at that. That's how old it is. 15 years. My Bush jersey when Reggie was down, when we won the Super Bowl in 2010. Okay. I said, let me rock it because I want to manifest our ASSs back to that era. I can honestly say, because it's my team, we just is garbage. You know what I'm saying? But I'm that fan that's just going to tell the truth. You ain't got to sit up and talk about my team, because I'm going to talk about them with you. But I'm still a diehard fan, right? So I still wear a paper bag and everything else, because it is what it is. But we need to get it together. So I just decided to wear my Reggie Bush jersey, okay, and manifest the brilliance and the greatness when we won Super Bowl in 2010. All right. So manifestation, we're going to talk about the definition of manifestation, right? So for one, it's to manifest, you must possess a positive attitude, a positive mind, right? Negativity just won't get you far whatsoever. So manifestation refers to the act of making something evident, visible, or known. Okay, that is the definition. The Bible definition is the act of making something evident, clear, or revealed, often God's presence, power, or will, rather than the modern self-help concept of manifesting desires through positive thinking. Now, that kind of is, I think there's no separation. And I think that a lot of people try to connect manifestation with I wouldn't say witchcraft, but people who go beyond the spirituality of when you're dealing with crystals and numbers and things of that nature. And I'm taking it as if they were saying, rather than self-help, manifestation is manifestation. We all know that people have their different beliefs in the maker, but we know that there's one. Okay, so manifesting for me is the same as prayer. So then you have the self-help, right? Positive thinking is a positive attribute to the Bible. So I think they make it too difficult. Manifestation is just another form of praying, right? And if you pray and you're praying for the desires of your heart, if you're praying for a better life, if you're praying for a better job, better circumstances, a wife or a husband, you're manifesting it. If you truly believe, you're manifesting it. You're saying that I believe, right, in it. So I just don't, that concept is just, it's all in one. If you ask me, it's all in one. Okay, so that's the definition of manifesting. It's an event, it's an action, it embodies something, right? So then faith is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. When you have faith, right? Faith in the Bible is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. So having faith, let's just say this, because this is a topic that can go all kind of ways, and I'm trying to deter from getting in too deep, right? Especially when there's no guest on here to kind of intercede. But when you manifest, you got to have faith, right? So you manifest, and then that's doing the work. Because manifesting is not easy. It is work, especially when you're trying to be consistent about it. And then you have to have the faith that what you're manifesting is going to come to pass, right? So faith is complete trust and confidence in something or someone. And in the Bible, the assurance of the things hoped for, the conviction of the things not seen. So with that, you have to believe. You have to believe that what you desire will manifest, right? The Bible says he will give you the desires of your heart. So some of the things that I'm gonna start with my journey. That's what I'm gonna do, and then I'll fall into this because, baby, let me tell you how these notes is everywhere. But manifestation. So I'll start with my marriage, right? So for years, like we're talking 30 something years ago, I never prayed for a husband, right? Never prayed for a husband. Didn't even think that I would ever really remarry. Well, marry, because my first marriage was absolutely like nothing for me. I was only like 18, 19, whatever, married 2 years, so whatever. But it never really was a desire. I've always been happy with and content with me and myself. However, I did always, I wouldn't say pray to God, but I did make my desire known that if he did have a husband for me, and it was in my story, in my plan, that I knew what type of husband I wanted, the qualities and all of that, right? And so I said, if so, this is the type of man that I want, if that's in my cards. So again, 6 years ago, you could have never told me that I would have got married, because baby, I was out there living my life, doing my thing, enjoying life, and then boom, here comes Mr. popping up out the blue. Like, where'd you come from? And not knowing that was my future husband, and not knowing that he was going to propose exactly a year later after we met. And him being 10 years younger than me, I kind of was like, girl, what you doing? You know what I mean? But for whatever reason, like I didn't say no, because it was just something about, it was all God. I'm gonna say that it was all God. And because this man had all of the qualities that I had manifested, or that I said that if I ever got married, this is how I want. Now, he damn sure ain't perfect. That's for sure. Let's just keep it 100. Y'all know I'm transparent, okay? But the qualities, the family oriented, and the working hard and providing for the family, and treating me, catering and treating me as such, and bending over backwards to make me happy, and all those things that I literally some years and years and years ago mentioned, it came to pass. So that's one thing that made me believe that, like, the manifestation is real. Having the faith is real. Doing the work is real. You ask what you want for, what you want. And so that's that. Now, it wasn't until about maybe, I'll probably say about 2 years ago, maybe just about 2 years ago, is when I started to truly practice manifestation and started to believe like I'm gonna put this to work. So little bitty things in my life, I started writing down. Some of the things they say to do is journal or have a vision board. And it feels funny. It feels silly, when you do it. In the beginning, it's very foreign, because you're sitting there and you're writing down. You feel like a kid that's writing a Christmas list, in the beginning when you start. But technically you're manifesting to the universe and to God. These are the things that I want. And so you write it all down. You make, journals. I knew I was missing the paper. Hold on. I knew I was missing something. So, you journal and write down, and you think, and my first step was a vision board. I actually made 2 vision boards. This is when I, first passed my real estate exam on the first try. I love to brag about that, because a lot of people don't pass that real estate exam on the first try, and I passed it on the first try. And I went and did karaoke the night before and didn't get in the house until 3:00. Okay, but I passed. And so it wasn't until then I joined my brokerage, and we had a vision board, little day, and I came home and I did my own. And again, it feels funny, I was like, vision board, like what? Like, you feel like it's a waste of time. So you're going through magazines and you're going through all this stuff and printing out stuff on the internet and gluing it onto a big old, board, and then you're sitting it up and then you're just looking at it, right? You're just staring at it. I can honestly say my vision board that I created 3 years ago, not much has come to pass on it. And it's one of them things where you like, well, I'm gonna give up because I'm not gonna, it's moving too slow. It's not gonna happen. Which is not true. You visualize. That's one of the things that when it comes to the work part, you visualize yourself. You want to be a CEO. You want to own your own company. You want to be the top realtor in the nation. You want a family. You want kids. You visualize yourself in those positions. Also, when you do that, it helps with self-confidence, right? We have to gain confidence within ourselves. And that's very important, because if you're not confident in yourself, it's hard to manifest, and it's hard to have faith and believe, because you don't believe that you're capable. You don't believe that you're worthy. So that's something internal that you truly have to work on. And there's plenty tools out there to help with that. Surround yourself with people that are genuine. When you're surrounded by people that are genuine, you're going to receive what you need, the uplifting, and just the love around you. It matters. When you associate yourself with the wrong people, it puts a damper on everything. There's really no room for positive thinking, because you're surrounded around all these people that just is a true hot mess. You can't be around hot mess. And that means you got to cut them off. I am the cut off queen. My cut off game so strong, because who matters more? Me, right? So when I feel like, you're no good for me in my my vision, my journey, you're not benefiting me. And when I say benefiting, I mean benefiting in a positive way, not necessarily monetary or, anything like that, but just the positivity. If you ain't got it, you got to kick rocks. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm good solo, because I know me and I love me. And you got to get to that place. You don't need other people to make you happy. You really, truly don't. And I wish a lot of people knew that. There's a lot of people that I'm affiliated with that truly needs to know that it is okay to be by yourself. Like, to need validation from others is really, it's hurting you. You know what I mean? It's truly hurting you. So that's a whole nother topic, honey. We're not gonna get into that. But the manifestation techniques, as I said, is you visualize it. Visualization. You create the images of what you want, who you want to be in your mind. You wake up every day and you tell yourself, I'm the CEO. You tell yourself that more often than not, you start to believe it. You start to walk that way. You start to talk that way. You start to want to be around people who are CEOs, So you visualize it. Affirmations is big. They're hard though, and that's why I say I'm always keep it 100. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. Affirmations are hard, and it stems back to, do you believe in yourself and do you love yourself, right? Because they don't come easy. We all have flaws about us that we don't like, we don't care for. We have things about us that we would like to change if we had the opportunity. But affirmations are easier when you do love yourself for who you are. And I know y'all remember, being Mary Jane, when she used to have all them stickies, all around the house or whatever. And we're like, okay, girl, really? But it really does work, because I did it. They're not on my mirror now. I took them down because I wanted to come up with new affirmations, because they've been on my bedroom mirror for over a year. But I had affirmations, and I would tell myself that every morning I wake up. Believe it or not, I'm not a mirror person. I was telling somebody that the other day and they did not believe me, but I am not a mirror person. I look in the mirror in the morning to make sure my hair right, face right, whatever. After that, I promise you, I don't even look in the mirror no more. I'm not one of them chicks that go out and go to the bathroom and be all in the mirror doing all this. I don't do none of that. I just really don't. So everything is done in the bathroom. So it would be kind of hard for me to remember, hey, get up, look in your bedroom, look on your bedroom mirror, read your affirmations, right? For the day. But once you start to do it, it does become routine. And I think I probably got a little bored with them and I want to switch them up. But affirmations are not easy. But you speak them out loud, you can read them, and you can reinforce them in your beliefs. What I did start doing, and I got this from, what was it? Ninja Selling. I think it was Ninja Selling. We were doing, well, I have the book, I read it, but at my brokerage, we were doing a Ninja Selling training class. And one of the things was to every day for 30 days, write down 20 affirmations. And I have my list. And I started out, I want to say, let's see. Because this is prime example that it is not easy, but you got to be consistent. It's not easy. So these are my affirmations, right? You really can't see because of the light, but I started, I'm just going to be 100 because this is crazy. So I started July. So I would say, I started the end of July. So I didn't write the date on 2 of these, right? But basically it started like the end of July. And I got all the way up to August. I skipped days. Yeah, so the end of July. And I skipped days, but the latest that I got to was August 15th. Right? That's the last time I sat down and wrote my 25 affirmations. And today is September 2nd. So I'm a prime example that it's not easy, but you have to stay consistent. But I can say those days of me writing those affirmations, first thing in the morning when I get up and I come downstairs to my desk, like I write them down and truly believe them. So I write them and then I say them out loud. And I write the date on it and I put them up. So I probably have about 2.5 more weeks to go to make 30 days. But it's not easy. It takes practice. It really, truly takes practice, but it totally makes a difference. It totally makes a difference. In your thought process, you think more positively about yourself, right? So affirmations are important. Speak it out loud. You know what I mean? You don't care who's around, what they have to say. You speak it out loud. I'll give you a few. Hold on. I'll just give you a few of it. Just a few of the affirmations that I speak loudly. So one of the ones is I'm in charge of how I feel. Right? We tend to allow other people and things and circumstances to control how we feel. But you have to remember that you're in control of how you feel. So regardless of how somebody's acting, regardless of what's happening around you, you're in charge of how you feel about it. And you always want to remain in a positive place. It's not easy, but you're in a positive place. Another one is every challenge is an opportunity. So that has helped me a lot because, we run into challenges and we feel like, okay, this ain't gonna work, or you give up, or you feel like it was a waste of your time. And instead of looking at it that way, as you were defeated, you look at it like it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to learn. So yeah, it's a challenge and it may not go the way you want or how it's going, but it's an opportunity to learn. So when you look at it that way, you don't look at it as negatively, like, it's just all bad. You're like, okay, I had an opportunity to learn from this. What did I learn from this? What can I take from this? So that's one of my ones. Another one is, let's see, what's a good one? Of course, you are resilient and strong. You tell yourself that. I am capable of achieving my goals. I choose joy and peace. I trust in the process of my life. I radiate confidence and strength, right? So those are some of the things that you say. And this also helps with self-confidence, because you may not feel this way, but I can honestly tell you, about a week after doing this, every day I felt stronger. I felt more confident in any and everything that I touched. Because we are designed for greatness, and we just have to tap into it. Okay, have to tap into it. But we're already at the 30-minute mark, and I just want to give a few things that you can do to get into the manifestation crew, and start manifesting over your life and making something happen. So we'll go over those. We're going to allow VP to introduce the artist of this evening, and I'll be right back with y'all when he's done.
Yes, indeed. Good stuff. So, welcome everybody. Good evening. Tonight's last artist spotlight is one of my favorites. This is Tanika Share, and this is Make Room. Let's check it out right now.
got feminine tendencies. I'd rather be home by myself, protecting my energy, waiting for the most high to finally start aligning me with, I don't know, maybe, I mean, you do got a warm familiar feeling and a dope kindredness too. And if I'm telling the truth, pom-poms, I'm rooting for you. If it's true without the panic, I'm willing to make the can't wait to see you again. Gotta give up the man if you ain't really clear to, I just might reconsider, cause I like having you around, you maybe. That's right, I'm still like she, I know it might be soon, but I don't mind making room, cause I like having you around, yeah.
That is my girl Tanika Share with Make Room. I freaking love that song.
Dope. Very dope.
And if you are an independent artist or a spoken word poet or an up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. Sure. So if you're a fan of great music, you too can also go to blastmusic247.com, register as an unlimited fan, and have access to hundreds of independent music. So there's the QR code. Go ahead and scan it, and it gets you to Blast Music. 247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time. All right, Miko, back.
Thank you. I love that song. She did that. Like when I say she did that, she did that. So I'm gonna have to put a little dagger. So when people feel like their manifestation, so you have to check yourself. I'm gonna say that because as I was going through my notes, there was a very important piece that, I think we need to know. And your heart has to truly be pure if you're truly manifesting the desires of it, right? Sometimes people say, oh, I manifest this, I manifest that, and it don't come true, or it don't happen, or it don't this or that. Well, where is your heart, right? Do you have gratitude? How do you look at other people's blessings, right? How do you receive it? And so that's where you jump into the envy and jealousy, because you can't move forward with the things that you desire when you're envious and jealous of other people's successes and other people's possessions or whatever they possess. You just cannot, right? So I'm going to give the definition of envy, because sometimes people really don't know, right, what it truly is. So envy, the noun is a feeling of discontented or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck, right? Sounds similar to jealousy. The verb, desire to have a quality, possession, or other desirable attributes belonging to someone else. So just to desire the things that someone else has, that's envious, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be bad. Truthfully, anything that anybody truly has in this life, you can attain it yourself, right? Everybody's journey is different. Some might get there before others. You can't compare yourself to other people. That's just a huge no-no. I say it all the time. I say it with passion. Never, ever, ever, ever compare yourself to other people. There are people out there that you don't know how in the heck they got what they got. You don't know what their living circumstances are. You don't know if they're in debt. Like, when I see people that flaunt the things that they have and flaunt this and flaunt that, it don't appease me. Because again, you never know what's going on with folks. There's a lot of people trying to live like the Joneses, right? And they're doing any and everything necessary just to keep up with the Joneses, and don't care, living above their means, or, people want validation, or people to see them, people to pay attention to them. And those are people who literally don't love themselves, that they don't truly love them, because they have to seek attention from the world and everybody else, instead of allowing the attention to come to them naturally, right? You don't have to let yourself be known when you walk in a building. You walk in with your head held high, and that's just going to speak for you in itself. But then you have people who just gotta let the world know that they got this and I got that and I got this. And then you have people out there that are in a different position, a less fortunate position, and you're looking at them like, well, dang, don't worry about what they got. Don't worry about what they got. Because trust me, when it comes to material things, they didn't just make one of them. You can go and do the same thing. You don't know what it took for them to get where they are. They might have worked hard, and they might have had a career, started out in the military, built a career. Like, everybody's path is different. So that is so important to know, that your path is your path. Their path is their path. Let them do and be, you do you and you be. So envy is not bad, but don't get too deep in it. Use envy as an inspiration. That's what I do. I see my fellow ladies, and men doing their thing, and genuine people, because the people that's out here try to floss in front and throw all what they got, and I'm good on them kind of people. But genuine people who don't have to let the world know what they got, like, I envy them, but I envy them in a way of, it inspires me. It reminds me that you could do it too. And if that's something that I want, I can have it too. I just got to work hard. I got to manifest. I got to believe, and visualize it, and I can have it. So envy is not always a bad thing, right? In the Bible, envy is a hostile or resentful feeling toward another person for possessing something, like a blessing, an advantage, or achievement that you desire for yourself. So again, in that, it's not all bad. The hostile was a little hostile, but we know the Bible is hostile. So, I mean, geez Louise, Bible. But yeah, you use it as an inspiration, right? And let it inspire you to say, don't give up. I know I can do it too if I work hard enough, if I do the things that I need to do to get there. So then we get into jealousy. That will hinder everything for you, right? Jealousy is no bueno. It's no bueno. It's not good. It actually blocks your blessings, and it actually hinders anything that you want to do, being jealous of anyone else. That's an absolute no-no, right? It just really is. And it has a lot to say about how you feel about yourself. Because again, no one should possess anything that makes you jealous. That's dangerous, right? And again, you'll never have. You have a jealous spirit of someone else and what they possess and what they have and how their life is. Oh, you believe me, you're going to stay stuck and stagnant in life. Got to switch that up, right? So jealousy, the definition is feeling resentment against someone because of that person's rivalry, success, or advantages. Spiritually, jealousy is often seen as a negative emotion rooted in inner insecurities, because it is insecure. It's a lot of insecurity walking around this earth today, right? A lack of faith. You have no faith in yourself to be jealous of someone else's stuff. Or a distorted view of one's own blessings, which hinders spiritual growth and blocks blessings. I just said that. It blocks your blessings. Being jealous indicates that we are not satisfied with what God has given us. And that's one of the reasons why I would never be jealous of anybody, for the simple fact that me being jealous of someone is basically slapping God in the face and saying, I ain't content with what you did with me. I ain't content with how you made me. I ain't content with what you've blessed me with. That's slapping his face. Be grateful for who you are and what you have. And if you feel like you want more or you want to be better, manifestation, do the work, have faith in yourself, right? I refuse to allow it at all. So those are some of the things that will block your manifestations. You can manifest all day. You got to change that heart up. Get that heart right. Get it right. Get it right, and then you'll be okay. So when so basically manifestation, it's not just vision boards and affirmation. It's aligning your mindset, right? The mind is powerful. What you think is what you'll be. So think of yourself higher. Think of yourself as think of yourself as the next president if you want to. It's whatever you believe, but believe in it, right? Believe in it, believe in you. It's about aligning your habits. A lot of us pray for financial stability, right? But how are we spending? You know, I know that I grew up in somewhat poverty. You know, my mom did the best that she could. We didn't have everything that we wanted, but she made sure that we had the things that we needed. And so, you know, you get to a place in life where you just grow up struggling, and you grow up, you know, just with all these desires and wants, right? It's always, you just got all these wants. And then when you finally get in a position to obtain those wants, you kind of go crazy and buck wild, right? Because you're just so used to the struggle life, and you go buck wild. But then there's a light bulb that hits, and I'm speaking of myself some years back. A light bulb hits, and you say, okay, well, I prayed to be in a better financial situation, and here I am. So how am I going to treat it? And then you gather that fear of, do I ever want to go live like I lived before? Right? And it's like, hell no. So you change your spending habits, you change your habits, you change all of these wants, and you change it to, what do I actually need that will get me through, right? So you change habits. It's same thing with health. All of it, your habits, is very important. If they're not benefiting you, change them. You change your grind with what you say you want. Be mindful. Think about what you want, and grind to get there. Some of the work side to that is daily discipline, small, consistent steps. Like I said earlier in the show, take little small steps. It's not easy. It's not easy to develop that manifestation mindset on a consistent basis. It's just not. But if you continuously do it every day and do little bitty steps every day, it will naturally become a habit. It will naturally become a habit. Trust me, it will. You sacrifice letting go of distractions and dead weight. Literally, like I say, my cutoff game's strong. I done cut off damn near my whole supposedly circle. It's been about 2 years. Cut them all off. No explanation, no nothing. Dead weight to me. Like, you know, and when you look at it, you look back and you say, were we benefiting? If you can't benefit from the people that are around you, then you don't need to be around them. And that's 100. And again, benefit is not just talking about what they can do for you or nothing. You're talking about just the energy. If I cannot benefit from you, I don't want to be around you, right? Don't want to be around any negativity whatsoever. Dead weight, let it go. LIG, they're out of there. All right. Preparation. Are you ready for what you're asking for? Because, child, you better be ready. You bet whatever you asking for, that's what I say when you manifest, you picture yourself in what you're asking for. Because sometimes it happens sooner than later. And you got to be ready. You got to be ready to be in it. All right. So be careful what you ask for. The same thing you pray to God and say, Lord, anybody that's not for me, remove them from my life. Blah, 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 blah. And then boom, next thing you know, it's your best friend. Be careful what you ask for, because he gonna do it. Promise you that. So the faith side of it is believing it's yours before it even shows up. Again, this all wraps into one. You know what I'm saying? Picture yourself in it. Picture yourself as that individual. Just believe that it's there. You're in it. Trust God's timing. You got to trust his timing. Maybe when I say I've been tested the past 3 years with his timing, but I never stopped believing. I had moments where I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm not doing this no more. Maybe I made the wrong mistake or the wrong choice or whatever. I have to trust his timing. And I believe in God and faith so much that I'm not going to give up on anything. And whenever there were any delays or denials, it wasn't time, right? So don't give up. Trust his time and speak life over your goals, even when circumstances say otherwise. You got to keep speaking positively. You got to have gratitude. I don't care what's going on. Your lights can be turned off. Trouble paying bills. Ain't got no gas in the car. You have to speak life over everything. And you speak life. Things are temporary. We go through things for a reason. When you can sit down and say, that's why God is always preparing us for the next step. And sometimes we got to go through to get to the next step, right? But just continue to speak life over that. Some of the mistakes that people make is wishing with no action. Faith and manifestation takes work. It's work. It's action. It's work. Sit down, journal, write, vision board, speak. Speaking is work. It's work. Sometimes I get up and when I'm writing my affirmations, that's 25 affirmations. I don't feel like saying them things out loud sometimes, but I do. I do it because that's action. I'm throwing it out there into the universe. I'm making myself believe that this is what it is. So you gotta do the work. Moving without intention. When we making moves out there, when we're even when you get in an environment of something that you desire around the people, you got to have intention behind it, right? What is my intentions in attending this seminar, attending this class? What are my intentions? You got to know them. You got to know them and you got to act on them, right? Giving up too soon because it didn't happen fast enough. Oh, that is just so easy to do. So easy to do, but don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. Don't give up. Don't give up. I have so many stories where I really truly wanted to give up and I didn't. Literally. And because I did it, the things are flowing. They're flowing. It wasn't easy. It was not easy, but they're flowing because I didn't give up. And when you don't give up, the journey becomes easier. It really, really does. It becomes easier because you're putting in the work. Don't give up. And when you're putting in the work, it becomes easy breezy after a while. It's like, oh, okay, this is nothing. Boom, right? Practical tools that work, which is journaling goals daily, gratitude, practice acknowledgement. Gratitude. Y'all know I always am gratitude. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you got folks that know my past know I've lived out my trunk before. Okay. But I was grateful. Gratitude is everything. And when you are full of it, it's blessings all around you. As long as you're doing the work, they gonna fall right in your lap. Believe me when I say that. Always remain grateful and have an attitude of gratitude, regardless of your circumstances. So practice that daily. It could be the smallest things. I'm grateful that I was able to eat today. I'm grateful that I had enough gas in my car to, get to work or get to wherever you needed to be. I'm grateful for the people that are around me. I'm grateful that there's nothing cut off. Just be grateful for the little things, right? Your visual cues, affirmations. So you can visually cue your affirmations, phone reminders, Post-its, vision boards. I thought about doing the phone reminders and having them pop up daily. Since sometimes, again, my day can get really busy and I can start off my day just diving straight into, work and researching and doing whatever and totally forget to sit down and do my affirmations or read them. So I really did think about putting that app on my phone where, our phones is in our hand 24/7. You see what I'm saying? So why not put it on the phone and you could be sitting there and it just pops up a reminder to read you your affirmation for the day. So I thought about doing that. But I said this earlier. Check your circle. Do a circle check. Who are the people that you are around? right? Who around you pushes you versus who drains you? We didn't had that talk before. Again, work on your cutoff game, baby. Because anything that's draining you, get rid of it. I don't care who they are. Get rid of it. Prayer ain't gonna help. If they ain't changed, they ain't gonna change. Okay? LIGM. Period. All right. So do a circle check. Who around you, who pushes you and motivates you, and who drains you. Make sure you work on that. But in closing, for motivation, it is manifestation. The manifestation is you co-creating with God. God designed us before we even were in our mommy's wombs, right? He wrote our story. He wrote who he was the parents we were going to be assigned to. Our story was written. So in life, we take detours involuntarily, right? Sometimes we know that something that we doing, it ain't for us, but we do it anyway. Flesh. I mean, we're human. So you just recreate yourself, and you're co-creating with God. So if you know where you're truly supposed to be and who you truly are meant to be, get with him and work on that motivation, that faith to co-create yourself. Speak it, believe it, and work it. I'm putting emphasis on work. It takes work. You can't wake up one morning and say, you know what? I want to make more money. And then leave it at that. You got to put the work in. You got to manifest it. You got to believe it. You got to walk like you got that raise. You have to literally hold your head high and visualize yourself in the things that you desire. And that takes work, because we can mentally get lazy. We can physically get lazy. But you got to put that work in. And then, of course, faith without works is dead. Put some action behind those prayers, because in the end, and all it is, in the very end of it all, when we're said and done, it's prayer. Manifestation is another form of prayer, right? Still into your closet, get on them knees. You know what I mean? I just lay prostrate on the floor, like pray. And it's just manifesting, you know, the desires of your heart, because he wants us to have them. We deserve them, right? Deserve desires. We were promised a life of abundance, but it takes work, and you got to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to do the work. So that's what I have for you guys today. I didn't think that it was going to be an hour show, but that's a sticky situation. But you know, we just all want the best for each other. So that's something to practice. Your manifestation, it's faith and work. So out of this entire show, I want you to walk away with the word work. Work on it. Work on it. Work on it. Work on it. And with that, that will be the end of my show. Next week, we are scheduled to have Miss Starks back. And I think we're going to be talking about financial literacy. So we'll link up a little later this week to confirm that. But I think it was for September 9th that we were scheduling that show. So, of course, you know, if you follow the Sayless Show Facebook page, I always update you guys there. But other than that, I hope you guys have a very blessed rest of your week. And again, whoop, football season starting Thursday. We back. And everybody know my team is special. But when it comes to football, don't bother me. Okay? Keep that in mind. When the game is on, don't call my phone. Okay? Catch me on a commercial. All right? Because as the game's going, we don't talk. You wait till the commercial, and then you can talk to me. Because, baby, I don't play about my football. Okay? But other than that, guys, you have a blessed night. And God bless you all. Bye.